Ever wonder how the ultra-wealthy seem untouchable, immune to lawsuits, minimizing taxes and passing fortunes down for generations? It's not luck. It's a deliberate legal strategy. Directly owning assets makes you a target. The wealthy avoid this by separating themselves from their assets using a structure I call the wealth triangle. The wealth triangle combines three entities: the foundation, the trust, and the limited liability company, or LLC. Think of LLCs as the businesses generating income, the trust as the fortress wall protecting assets, and the foundation as the public face projecting generosity. This system achieves four things: asset protection, privacy, tax advantages, and seamless succession. Each piece must be expertly crafted to comply with the law and maximize protection. While it may seem out of reach, these principles are scalable. The same strategies that protect billionaires can safeguard your home, business, or retirement savings. Learning the wealth triangle isn't just for the rich, it's for anyone serious about protecting their financial future. In a world full of risks, understanding this structure is your first step toward real security. Let's break down how each part works. Welcome to the wealth triangle. The first corner is the foundation, a charitable entity that's both a shield and a spotlight. Publicly, it funds education, science, and the arts, building a reputation for generosity. This halo effect makes the family harder to attack and enhances their legacy. Privately, the foundation is a strategic tool. Donating assets to it brings major tax deductions and removes them from personal ownership. Once inside, assets are shielded from lawsuits and estate taxes, yet the family retains control by sitting on the board. They direct investments, hire family members, and influence causes, all under the banner of charity. Think of the Gates or Ford foundations. Assets are donated, tax benefits are gained, but control remains. The foundation turns private wealth into public power, protects assets, and ensures the family's influence endures. It's not just about giving, it's about strategic control. The foundation is the ultimate charitable shield. Next, let's look at the trust, the heart of the wealth triangle. Here's where true control and privacy begin. If the foundation is the public face, the trust is the secret heart of the wealth triangle. A trust is a private legal agreement, often invisible to outsiders. It separates legal ownership from beneficial enjoyment. Assets placed in an irrevocable trust are no longer owned by the grantor, shielding them from lawsuits. The trustee manages assets by strict rules set by the grantor, ensuring the founder's wishes are followed for generations. Trusts can enforce conditions on heirs, control distributions, and prevent reckless spending. Assets in a trust bypass probate, keeping wealth transfers private and efficient. The trust is the vault, private, protected, and controlled. It's the core of any serious wealth preservation plan. With the trust, the family's fortune is secure and their wishes endure. Now let's see how the LLC powers this system. The LLC is the engine of the wealth triangle, where wealth is generated and risks are contained. An LLC separates business risks from personal assets, acting as a firewall. Each major asset, real estate, a business, a yacht, can be owned by a separate LLC, isolating liabilities. If one LLC faces a lawsuit, only its assets are at risk. The rest of the empire stays protected. This compartmentalization prevents a single problem from threatening everything. LLCs also offer privacy, especially in states like Wyoming or Delaware, where ownership can be anonymous. In the wealth triangle, the trust often owns the LLCs, making true ownership nearly impossible to trace. The LLC structure is simple, effective, and essential for risk management. It's how the wealthy keep their assets and identities safe. Next, let's see how these pieces fit together. The synergy is where the real magic happens. Here's how the wealth triangle operates as a fortress. At the base, LLCs hold and operate assets, each isolated from the others. The trust owns the LLCs, distancing the family from direct ownership and shielding assets from personal lawsuits. The trust acts as a silent holding company, consolidating control while keeping everything private. Profits from the trust can be donated to the foundation, moving money into a tax-advantaged charitable entity. The family, as foundation board members, directs philanthropy and draws salaries, enhancing their public image. This cycle, LLCs generate wealth, the trust protects it, the foundation spends it, creates layers of legal separation. Lawsuits hit the LLC, not the family. The trust is hard to attack and the foundation projects benevolence. The result, the family controls everything but technically owns nothing. It's a masterclass in legal engineering. Now, who actually uses this system and why should you care? America's wealthiest families, Rockefellers, Pritzkers, Gates, Use this system to preserve fortunes for generations. It's not just old money. Tech billionaires, celebrities, and even politicians use trusts, foundations, and LLCs to protect assets, minimize taxes, and shape their legacies. Religious organizations and nonprofits use similar structures to manage vast holdings and ensure continuity. But you don't need billions to benefit. A simple LLC can protect your business or rental property. A basic trust can help your family avoid probate and manage assets if you're incapacitated. The core principles are scalable and accessible. The lesson: don't envy the wealthy, learn from them. In a litigious world, protecting what you've built is essential. Start building your own financial fortress today. The wealth triangle isn't just for the ultra-rich. It's for anyone serious about security and legacy.